from the Houston Field Division of the ATF. They went out to somebody's house and somehow they found out that he was in possession of one of these triggers. They went to his house and they gave him this letter. Big thanks to USCCA for sponsoring today's video. Now, y'all know that I am a huge fan of USCCA. I personally am an elite member. But before we even get into it, when you sign up, they've got a few bonuses, and for the next couple of days, they have even more bonuses. You've got your universal cleaning kit and your survival kit valued at over 200 bucks. And for the next couple of days when you sign up, you also get this USCCA range bag. Now mine's all opened up because I legitimately use this at the range. It's a great bag. But as y'all are gonna see in today's video, the reason why having a membership like USCCA is so important is because there are more and more home invasions. There are more and more robberies, and the chance that you are going to have to defend yourself with a gun against someone is increasing every single day. And unfortunately, as we've seen on the news many times, a self-defense shooting is not as simple as, well, he tried to break into my house and I shot him. Most of the time, they're still gonna arrest you, you're still gonna have to pay for an attorney, and you're gonna have to defend yourself in court. That's why this membership's amazing. You're automatically enrolled into a $2 million liability policy. You've got a critical response team that you can call as soon as something happens. They'll walk you through it, make sure you don't incriminate yourself. They've got an amazing attorney network if it comes to you having to defend yourself in court or if you have to talk to any law enforcement. And they've got some amazing training. Everyone who carries a gun, you're gambling if you don't have a USCCA membership. So there's a link below the video. Go sign up and join me and almost 1 million other members at USCCA. Everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, we got some more ATF stuff today. Would you look at that? Mr. The ATF director, Diddleback, yeah, we just talked about you a whole bunch. And I'm gonna continue to bring this up because he said something during his little talk with Congress that is very interesting. He said that their main priority is to target violent people. Violent.
We embody the Department of Justice commitment to combating violent crime as a force multiplier with our state and local law enforcement partners.
So then why is the ATF going door to door to collect FRT triggers? Am I missing something? Was there a whole news article about an FRT trigger being used in a school shooting? I double checked. There's not. So somebody's simply owning a trigger. Y'all are going to their houses to collect them, who are non-violent individuals who bought them legally, people most likely with no criminal record, and you're making this a priority. So are you just talking out of your ass in front of Congress? Oh, well, the priority is this. Well, if you have a priority, everything else falls to the wayside, right? You're not focusing on anything other than the priority. So we got a lot of information on this, but for those of you who don't know what a FRT trigger is, it's called a forced reset trigger. And there were companies like Rare Breed and Big Daddy Unlimited who sold the wide open trigger, which is pretty much the equivalent of Rare Breed. And based on the legitimate meaning of a semi-automatic rifle and the functions as far as the internals go in a semi-automatic gun, these triggers are considered semi-automatic based on the function. But the problem was that the ATF saw these and they saw the rate of fire.
Fuck yeah! Holy shit.
And of course, they did their little roundabout and checked out a whole bunch of stuff, and they considered it to be a machine gun. Yes, 100%. One sec. Perfect. So where do you insert the rounds? I can't figure it out. You don't. It's a trigger. It's not a gun. Let me read from some description of this. Even though the gun owner must pull the trigger to expel each shot, the ATF claims it is still a single function of the trigger and therefore a machine gun. That's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So that being said, there have been a bunch of reports that ATF agents in Texas were visiting select gun owners in an attempt to try to recover wide open triggers from gun owners who purchased the item from Big Daddy Unlimited. Now, I've never shopped at Big Daddy Unlimited. I don't know specifics as far as how they work, but the owner of Big Daddy Unlimited has denied that the company has sent any information on their customers to the ATF. Then how did the ATF get this information? That doesn't make any sense. Do you think they just got it out of thin air? It can't be from a credit card company, because when you buy something online, the credit card charge is not trigger for $400. No, it says the company's name for $400. So it's going to say Big Daddy Unlimited, $400. So maybe the ATF got information from a credit card company that someone bought something from your website, but then they would have to go to you or hack someone's email in order to see exactly what they bought. So I don't think anyone's buying this. I think Big Daddy Unlimited probably got scared and said, okay, as long as we're not in trouble, here you go. I could be wrong, but what other explanation is there? So that being said, we actually have a letter from the Houston Field Division of the ATF. They went out to somebody's house and somehow they found out that he was in possession of one of these triggers. They went to his house and they gave him this letter. Let's dig into this, shall we? ATF has information that you acquired one or more forced hard reset triggers from Wide Open Enterprises. Then moving down, this letter officially notifies you that unlawful receipt and possession of any of these devices is a felony, violation of federal law, and devices that are unlawfully received or possessed are subject to seizure and forfeiture by the federal government. So I'm going to completely dismantle this crap. Once again, you've got a company who's selling a product that thousands of people have bought. It's kind of like the pistol brace, except the pistol brace is tens of millions. They bought this legally with their hard-earned money, and because we have an agency like the ATF who just pulls rules out of their ass, literally, all of a sudden if somebody has one of these triggers, they're a felon? No. They bought it legally. They did nothing wrong, and you're trying to make them a criminal for doing nothing wrong. Here are the other holes in your whole, oh, we're gonna go to this guy's house. This whole thing started a while ago, right? With y'all saying that, oh, triggers or machine gun. But people have heard of it. So when you go to someone's house and you say, well, we know that you have one of these triggers. Oh, do you? You know how easy it is to take a trigger out of a gun? Do you know how easy it is to take a small AR trigger and throw it in the trash? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you go to someone's house and they say, threw it out, destroyed it. I saw your whole notice. I saw that you guys think that somehow a trigger is a machine gun. So I took it out of my gun, I threw it out. Rest assured, don't have it. Why don't you take your letter and go to the city trash dump? Hand it to them. Have a whole nice search day. Bring all of your ATF agents and just search the entire dump for this machine gun. Priorities, once again from the ATF. You're wasting your time, and all you're doing is you're proving to America that you don't operate within the law. And you know what's funny? I know I keep talking about this, but I'm going to continue to until it's changed. We've got major cities that are complete dumps.
Calling on state leaders to bring in outside help to deal with the city's surge in gun violence.
I wake up with gunfires and I go back to sleep listening to gunfires. So if you don't live in my community, you don't understand. Outside police headquarters, these activists called on Governor J.B. Pritzker to declare a state of emergency.
Governor Pritzker, this is definitely a state of emergency. I mean, that's a no-brainer. This is a state of emergency. We got babies dying left and right. We got more technology in our light poles in the classrooms. You got to order your breakfast through bulletproof glass. It's been a state of emergency.
And then we've got home invasions that are going up like crazy. But no. You want to go to someone's house who have done nothing wrong, who bought something legally, and try to intimidate them or tell them that they still have something that they may not still have. Complete joke.